Hi, everybody. Welcome to GameDeck. Oops, hold on. Sorry.
It's a strange profession, GameDeck. You're neither a player nor a detective. You know the rules and how people break them, how they leave a digital trail. And there is always a trail, a flaw in the source code. Backdoors used by cheaters. Anonymity skins used to cover up unpopular activities. All can be found. All can be traced. With a lot of skill and a little bit of luck. Sometimes more than a little. Because there are surprises, even for a game deck. But in the end, you keep your eyes on the prize. This is my story. What's yours?
Okay. We are running. Okay. The dominant value guiding the characters before they choose the game deck profession. Your choice will determine the aspect they will start their adventure with. Let's go with this. William, welcome fan of Paradise Beach and other games. From Blue Whales Interactive, admitting you had a crush on many of your antics, and now you can bring them to life. Yes, BWI has developed a human creation technology. We can upgrade the AI of any character that you choose to the level of the human mind. And there's more. We can create a human psyche from the ground up according to your preference. The person you create will have a personal rendered, a unique mind, a personal IN intelligence, a college degree, and civil right. Do you feel like a god now? You should. Creation is in your hands. Hello, during technology commercial. I don't remember why I became a game deck. Okay, dialogue option. Choose dialogue using L. Conversation history. To see conversation history, press R. At some point, I must have decided that it was a reasonable way of making money. Then I just got used to it. What am I here? I saw numerous cases, so people started to believe I was credible, and credibility was crucial in my line of work. Pretty much everything can be falsified, but you can't fake credibility. Besides being my workplace, also became my second home. Did I ever play for fun? Yes, sometimes I did. I look around. I was surrounded by the real world, and that is realms. I could hear Warsaw City humming outside the window. I lived in Tower Stone in Wallow. It was the end of the 22nd century, and the people were crazy happy. Kidding. Some were, some weren't. Which group did I belong to? I wasn't sure. It was time to check if there was any new jobs. Deduction. The main nodes are questions that are key to your deduction progress and solving your case. Gather information and choose answers based on that information to unlock nodes until you reach the final conclusion. Use L to switch between nodes. Press A to enter a node. Alright, aspect. Aspects are part of the GameDeck personality expressed through actions, though thoughts and emotions. Be kind to gain the empathy aspect, inspire someone to gain inspiration, etc. Aspects are grouped into four following personality types: red, decisive red, analytic, analytical blue, creative yellow, and sociable green. Professions allow for special dialogue options, thus enabling more action. Use R or down to switch between professions to see their description. Each profession requires a different personality aspect. The description will indicate which aspect unlock a given profession. A profession will be highlighted if you have the required aspect. Press and hold A on a profession to unlock it. Ooh, okay. That's Laser. You are well versed in both virtual and real technology. You know where to look for power, noobs, cables, and virtual developer stacks. You can open them, hack them, and change their settings. This one. Infonator. You know how to produce a net shell and know how to smile to the camera. You possess a rare gift, charisma, and you know how to use it. You can turn any conversation into an immediate interview and transform resistant interlocks into efficient companions. People recognize you, want photos with you. Everyone is nice to you, almost everyone. So let me get so far. I think I'd rather go with laser. At least for now. And then I'm gonna go with the info thing. So with laser, I'm gonna need one of everything but two of the light things. I'm talking about I'm sick of the light things. Movement. Use L to move to a given location. Press L to adjust movement speed. Oops. Okay. Check the window. Warsaw City, my palace. Look at the window. Walkway, square, space, and chasm. That's what modern city looks like. The middle there, mid-city, despite the fence development, you can still see the sun and piece of the sky, as well as a long way down. Thanks you. I felt a connection with the people above and below. I could hear the transmitter tube curtains and the humming aid. It was never quiet. This was where the rich meet the poor and the light met darkness, a place where you could be pretty much whoever you want to be. And where advertising groans, people windows looking for new victims. Scenario anyway. Laser. Blazer. I once installed a gadget in a window that distributes the senses of such invaders. All it took was a shot signal, and the drone received an error message that made it turn to the shot for inspection. I had a few things I needed to take over. You can't complain. You can't complain with a drink in your hand. Lucky the school box knew exactly what I needed. The surfer industry logo had slightly faded already, but the sewer bot, as usual, patiently await instructions. Let's see. I do enjoy me some coffee, and I do enjoy me some tea. I'm not much a drinker, but I do drink, but I'm not much a drinker. I do like me some coffee, though. But if I'm looking at taking my nice little bit of coffee, just woke up, got a nice cup of Joe. Some dollar options are available only with the right profession. They are marked with the profession name at the beginning. Press down to see the profession tree. Okay. A dark beverage of the gods. I could choose from the cheap synthetic stuff and ground beef, which obviously cost more. I can't use that for me. I got the more expensive. I wasn't going to beat myself up for something I already had paid for. I decided I would drink synthetic when the good stuff was gone. Okay, I decided to think some stuff over and get to work. Let's think about the recent events. Some have been talking about the peculiar technology developed by Blue Whales Interactive. It upgrade AI to the level of the human psyche. Recent gossip: a man named Zing Zoid, a young bad star, screwed up in the last game, and his black angels lost. Okay, so which one do I want to talk about? Is it gossip or the technology? I think it's recent gossip. Bad is a game where you feel actual pain. When you get hit, it gets more and more intense. There is no damage pain. Suddenly, in the middle of the game, when Ken was on his way to the enemy fort, a glitch appeared and made Zen drop his seal. Ken got mad, logged out, and didn't come back to the game. A classic rage quit situation. During the press conference, he said he didn't know what got into him, since that game was his whole career has been in questions. Think of it as a neutral overload. Think of it as a case for Gamedec. Was it possible that the pain delivered in Godspins caused neutral disputes? I wonder what caused that severe reaction. Too bad he didn't start looking for a Gamedec. That could have been an interesting case. Forget the century world. Thousands of games and millions of players mean plenty of case for Gamedec. Hatred, greed, devious are especially common online. Two topics have been especially popular in the media recently. Digital love, whether it's better to live online or in real life. I'm not fine about digital love. I took a sip. The opponent of online relationship has a simple argument. The beautiful prince you fell in love with may be a fraud. And it may not even be a human. It could be an impact. Supporter of the online romance responds, but so what? These days, you may have an online partner and never meet them in the real life. What difference does it make what they really look like? So you have nothing against digital love. I don't got nothing against it. A dirty old man pretend to be a pretty girl. Is he a fraud? No, he is a pretty girl. He always wanted this, and it's possible online. When people love each other and look how they want, and not as a rhythm dictate, who are we to say no? I think it's beautiful. Time to get to work. Okay. That's machine. Let me see if I have anything. Impacts. Impacts. NPCs. Origin of word. Organ in the world. Impacts one of the strangest words on the net. Where did it come from and why has it become so popular? Popularness varies, but the one that seems to have gained the most tradition can be traced back to the theories of form Poland. The NPC owners are pronounced as impets by the Polish people, and by the mid-21st century, this form had made widely adopted in social media. That was before the information era, because the word was inconspicuous to other nationalities. The Polish kept patiently explaining its meaning. The inspiration for this change is said it had been inspired by several of the science fiction novels, but the source didn't mention their titles. Finally, the situation got to a point where the awkward and flawed NPCs were abandoned in its favor of impets, with English speakers pronouncing the word as impeak. Another hypothesis claims that the name is an algorithm of impeak, and orientation from the fact that at dawn of the game history, impeaks, no matter the time of day it was, always remained in peak condition. Not getting tired from managing shops, counters, or working in cabins, even smiling and readying to answer your question. This hypothesis seems to be confirmed by retrospective research, which proved that this period marked the introduction of script that made impacts experience tiredness and reliability and interrelability, etc. If the impacts condition hypothesis is true, then the world impact contribute to making impacts more human. Steve now, trending of today. GameDeck. GameDecks. Oh, Frank. Oh, let me go with it. Galleons on GameDeck. Cal, one more stupid question. Shoot. What do you think about GameDeck? I think it's fun, but completely unneeded profession. A blow up nothing redundant. Oh, Frank, I disagree. Being a GameDeck is a sensible profession. But when something bad happens inside the game, it's easy to just pop up the hood, take a look inside, and see what's wrong. Such problems should be handled by programmers, analysts, not game. And that's where you're wrong, Frank. Just look. Just like my mom when she added cocaine to the cocaine to the cake instead of baking powder. She did that? Yeah, in real life too. What a woman. But let's cut to the chase. Games are complicated, right? Right. AIs are watching over them, right? Right. The number of cheat-tong characters composing them is so great that no one person could ever know the whole program of even the simplest game, right? I'm not sure about that one. Frank, in a brain. In my brain, there's 100 billion neurons. In yours, there's half of that. And every neuron has 10,000 junctions on average, sympaths. And multiply 100 million by 10,000 and you'll get a 1 and 15 zeros. It's called quadridium. So, you're holding to control a quadridium psych pace. Now, take a game like Crying Guns, where there are 50,000 players on a single server. 50 times a quadridium gives you 50 trillion variables per second, and that's just controlling the brain of the person playing the game. When you add their simulation, their neural response control, creations of the world with the whole sensory part, i.e. pictures, sound, smell, favorite temperature, you're going to get a factor multiplying all that by another million, around 50 quadrillion of various variabilities per split second. That's a lot. You're effing right about that. Right, that's a lot. Frank? We're talking about one server and a living organism of a game adapting to the situations on the battlefield in a simple century world based on battles and clans. Can you imagine the armory of this world? No. So now imagine that someone threw a cheat in there. Find it. Impossible. Order an AI to find it. When the person who implanted it made it so that AIs can't define it. That's possible? It's easier than you think. Now, how do you find that cheat? I don't. Exactly. You won't find it by browsing the code, but a GameDeck will. How? GameDecks usually don't know about programming, at least not at an expert level. GameDecks don't browse the code. They look for the people who implanted the cheat and ask them to remove it. And nicely ask them to remove it. Oh. GameDecks handle people, not code. They observe, draw conclusions, deduce, and analyze. They need three things: to know about the game, to know about people, and to have a high IQ. They examine the problems like birds flying over a labyrinth. You're stuck in that labyrinth, running in circles. So you outsource. You call a game deck. You come, take a look around, analyze, and find the problem. Bingo. And then they say that the famous game deck catchphrase, deduction ends case. Galleon on Games, host Cal Gadhan and Frank Wayne. Virtual. About Virtualum. Red, I have a stupid question. Shoot. Virtualum, what do you think about them? Are you kidding me? I've been in gaming forever. I've done millions of interviews, covered hundreds of thousands of digital miles, and you're asking me what I think about virtual? You know why? Because I don't think you ever asked yourself. I never have, because it's stupid. Why? It's like you asked me what I think about Realm. Realm exists. We try to model it, but we also try to adapt to it. So we won't make the same mistake we did 100 years ago. But we created virtuals ourselves. Hundreds of thousands of games, so many that I'll never get the chance to visit them all. Millions of ideas, millions of players traveling through uncharted land. You know what? It wasn't a stupid question. Told you it wasn't. Virtual is like a universe. The universe holds an enormous number of planets, and even if you live a million years, you will never get the chance to visit them all. Just like virtual, it's kind of scary. And one more thing, yeah? Two actually. First, who control it all? No one person could ever manage, and I don't trust AIs. We have transcended its singularity. We don't control what we created. And the second thing, the AIs. Are they actually controlling and developing games right now? The programmers are only kind of keeping an eye on them. And how can we keep an eye on something that controls something we can't control anymore? We're talking here. Host Rufus Eager Dorwin, aka Red, and Castanvel. Surabot commercial. You have your tea, your coffee, alcohol, beverage, soft drinks. You have all that. You most likely have a kitchenette who doesn't, which know how to make all kind of food and drinks. But will the kitchenette follow you when you need some company, or when you want to contemplate for a moment, looking out the window? Will it be with you when you're working hard at your computer in the cold? No. The kitchenette is a static piece of furniture. The Surabot is not. The Surabot is beautiful. The Surabot will go anywhere a kitchenette can't. Like a loyal dog, it will accomplish you when you want to have a drink, while looking at your city. Will make you some hot tea when you're working late at night, and remember your favorite flavor combinations and temperatures, both hot and low. The Surabot will learn your preference and you'll love it. Even more so when you realize this wonderful piece of decorative furniture comes with a discount for all beverage preferences from Sir Shape. Do you like Tiffany L. Gray? We've got it. And for 30% less than others retailers. Do you like Jack Daniels? Of course you do. Who doesn't? When You purchase a server, but you will be able to get it from us 20% less than other stores. And believe us, no one can make JD like our serve. So what are you waiting for? Our server box is ready for you, ready choosing you. It wants to be your Vogue, Universal Luxury sponsor article. Author Derek is Alexandra Taylor. Funny. Polys. Polys from the Greek polis. Fortifies an immense city aside from biological polys are one of the human settlements on Earth. They are made up of thousands of high towers, even several kilometers tall, connecting to with walkways from known to their arch design. Construction of polys began in the middle of 2070. They rose from the ruins of numerous cities. The walkway network is known for its arch-baked architecture. Now, polys are usually surrounded by rings, sidelines, and hidden by the ABB, Mostly Academy XXX edition. Skyliner are taller than the tower located inside the polys. Semi-subsist buildings that surround cities. They enforced by a line fixed to support satellites. Said lines are manufactured to patent the frequent heavy industry. No insurance, plumbing, War City. What's your favorite thing in our poly? What's your favorite thing in War City? The towers. Ha ha ha! There are towers in every poly. Then the rings and the skylines around the city. Other polys have that too. Then the ABB behind the skyline. Don't make me laugh. There are no cities without ABBS. The air walkway system, Polygon. We have them everywhere. Alright, the Undercity, the ruins of the old Warsaw, under the low city. You win. Finally. Just kidding. Every poly on Earth has that too. They're all standing in the ruins of old cities. I asked what you like in War City specifically. But I specifically like all that stuff. You're lying. I know what you like and what you only find here. Well, the milk bars. You like milk bars. The pre-cooled temper that hangs all over the towers. Oh, that's right. You know me better than I know myself. The milk bars, of course. Woohoo! Pearl's news of cup of tea. No spot. Neil O'Dell. Guess Yoshimata? Okay, that was fun. Okay.
Hey, I need your help. Someone is running around the Brahma, pretending to be me. I think it is my ex in my skin. He did not take kindly to the breakup, and in the last telesense he promised to ruin my life. I thought it was just a crazy talk, and ignored it, but now I know I shouldn't have. Could you check it? I can give you the info about his last known whereabouts. Just please be quick. My reputation is on the stake.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you able to stand up from the couch? Or are you already a castaway?
Hello, Vision.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Hello, Vision. Warside City News. The latest domestic and international news all day long. Today is Monday, July 17th. My name is Jinder Gore, and this is the news. Ken Zero, the young star of Godabaz, loses the game miserably. Zoom blames everything on glitches in the game. Could it be the end of the youngster's career? Someone was sensing me. It turned out to be a man called before he Hags? I'm gonna call him Geo Hags. I didn't know him. Nevertheless, I answered.
Please come to me.
Oh,
I'll tell you everything
you're
when
there.
you're here.
Oops. Oh, you're there. Please come see me. Blue World Interactive Tower level 255. Self-interest. I'll tell you everything when you're here. Okay. As you wish. I'll be there shortly. You disconnect. The control panel from the Department AI is a fine piece of software that didn't treat fridge contents as its first priority. As you can also talk to it. Its name is Bliss. That's the default name, and I never bothered to change it. Active system, Blazer, analyzer system, go Blazer. BWI has been developing AI models after the human psyche for quite some time. Even the holograph visualization looked like brains. Everything seemed fine, but it shouldn't have. If there was a surge or failure in the tower, it should have left a signal, but there was nothing. The software truly looked like I was activating it for the first time. It made no sense. System. A logo with two wheels appeared on the panel. Thank you for purchasing a project manufactured by Blue Whales. Interactive. The leader in the field of AI, BWI, never alone. You're activating Bliss for the first time. To start configuration, the software to your liking. Damn, something had reset my settings. Probably another failure in the tower or a surge upstairs. I have to reconfigure everything again. Check the logs. There was nothing in the system. Logs and previous activities and conversations would be in the clouds, provided they exist. Probably somewhere on Blue World's interactive server. Too high of a bar for me. You had to be a real magician to access them. A holograph film appeared to the left.
Hello, I'm Bliss. How can I serve you?
Hello, my name is Bliss. What would you like to talk about? Hi, wait. What do you mean? You don't remember me? Why does everything break all the time nowadays? Check this out. A virtual couch made by Sofa Industry. Not one of the newest models, but it was still reliable. At least I thought it was. A poet would call it a gateway to the sensory world. To me, it was just a tool for my trade. Look at the helmet. It was starting to fall apart. I needed to replace it. Damn it. Such important gears wouldn't come cheap. I couldn't afford it at the moment. I needed a few jobs first, or one big job that paid well. Tesla, July 17, 2019, 2119, 99, to 2:30 p.m. My last session took. The couch slowed an error message and a suggestion to restore default settings. Maybe software industry couches weren't as reliable as I thought. Blazer. The couch reset to its default setting, which meant logs was deleted. It was time to consider trading it in for a newer model. Let me put the Blazer. The couch reverted to its default set was alarming. My health depends on it working. Someone needed to take a look at it. Fortunately, every couch has a sensor. Technology assistant required. I just needed to touch it and confirm. It read, "Thank you for your report. We will get back to you in a few days." Check the fluid level low. I still had a few tanks left, but it's always good to have reserves. Not now. I'll water them later. It wasn't that urgent. Aw, man, I didn't even press it. Done. The drone will have them delivered in a few hours. I didn't need to press it. But anyway, my computer is controlled. It controls the couch, communication with household appliances, let me send messages, and did everything else. Blazer. It was a good piece of hardware, optimized and upgraded it for robust anti-software suite and the latest drivers. A GameDeck computer. Let me check the mail. A few emails from clients I had helped. I needed to reply to those. Have Bliss reply? No. I replied to them. First messenger, Senator Stone, was grateful for working out what his daughter was doing into the dungeon. 1337. I wrote that I was happy to hear from him and asked how his daughter was feeling. It was good to nurture relationships with clients. I got through the other emails quickly. Some was invitations to some events, some were spam. I replied. Check contacts. I had already had one contact, but it wouldn't hurt to check. Maybe there would be another one. It was my lucky day. Mr. GameDeck, come play frying guns with us. It's a lot of fun. We may not be able to pay you, but a bunch of kids, I didn't want to deal with that. So the contact from Hags was the best thing I could give my attention to. Yes. Something that. A new case. I wonder if anything will surface on the net. Look at Hags. Who was Geo Hags? A director of the program department at Bluegrass Interactive. Wife Elena, son Frederick. Geo to his friends. He assists are recorded in 8 figures amount. That's all I could. Look up Blue Worlds Interactive. Blue World Interactive will BWI, the leader of the field of the AI. Their flagship produced the dating game Paradise Beach. A little less known but still popular was the game King Code, a clan battle game based on medieval Japan. They made luxurious helmets and ladies and gentlemen, they can make human beings. Their playground upgrade mimic humans seek. I ain't got time for games right now. I'm just leave. Alright, okay, it's about this time where let me see if there's anything else going on in this house. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna end the recordings here and save what's let's look for other stuff. Okay. I am going to end this recording right now. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day. Later.
This is my story. What's yours?